We had heard that the bondholders have received, but we haven't confirmed it yet that they have received their emails. That gives them access or tells them when they get access to their accounts at the same time. We get emails giving us a toll-free number to set our appointments. Look at the 8 oil companies that do not want to start the flow of the oil. Ask yourself, why? The answer is because the new exchange rate has not been revealed to them yet. Sudani protects it until he is ready. If and when the oil starts flowing, it should be with the same new exchange rate that is in the budget. This oil cannot flow at 1,310. It's literally impossible mathematically, let alone financially. The budget schedules are not even expected to get sent to Parliament for review until mid-March. Even when they do, I assure you we are not going to see the new RV rate. The rate is not in the budget, and we are not waiting for these damned schedules to come out for the RV. It is continuing the pattern that no one is saying it's a scam. If they do say it's a scam, it's probably a teller, but everything behind the teller, what do they say? Not at this moment, not right now, no, we're not exchanging. But they don't say it's a scam anymore. Parliamentary finance, we expect the budget tables to reach Parliament in the middle of this month. Quote, the government will send the schedules in the middle or before the end of this month. Changes are happening in Iraq. We can only hope this means an increase, even a small increase, in the value of the currency is on the agenda further down the road. We have reason to believe the value of the currency will automatically push up once the development road project is in place. Though the BRICS have been doing a lot of saber rattling about breaking away from the dollar, OPEC remains king of oil, and that means all oil transactions will be in USD. Here is the latest report from the Minister of Oil on Iraq's part in OPEC and their reassurance and adherence to the rules of OPEC. Article: The Iraqi Ministry of Oil has reaffirmed its full commitment to the OPEC Plus production agreement, including additional voluntary cuts and compensation for excess production. The Ministry of Oil emphasized the crucial role of OPEC Plus agreements in stabilizing global oil markets and highlighted the importance of collective efforts from all member states to maintain market balance. It appears to us there was no auction on Monday. We don't see anything on the television, and the news like usual. Frank, we noticed that too, that there were no auctions. I really don't care. The auctions are no longer important to us, but I'd like to see the flow of money, of cash money. I don't know if this is Sudani's way of continuing to hide information from Parliament. That's the only reason I can come up with. The overwhelming amount of my bond sources are very excited about what they have learned today and the appointments they have been to. They are now being told that all the 7 major groups will be paid in full over the next 2 weeks. Now that does not mean we, currency holders, will be waiting that long. But this is huge news. I am excited about the sheer number of contacts that told me today was the day they started moving forward. I continue to be told that by the 17th or 18th of March all bonds would be paid. I was always told only a portion needed to be paid before we, currency holders, get to go. I think things will get pretty exciting over the upcoming week. Expert, stopping the currency auction at the Central Bank of Iraq is behind the return of the dollar's rise. They're still focused in on that digitization of Iraq and digital currencies. The effects of that are going to be profound. The use of currency is not going to be the way it was in the past in Iraq. They are going to a cashless society. Not completely no cash, but they're going that way. The amount of small denominations that they've talked about will be limited. It won't be as profound as it has been in the past, that's for sure. Al-Alaq, 20 Iraqi banks practice direct transfer operations. Quote, today, there are 20 Iraqi banks practicing direct transfer operations with international correspondents in 8 foreign currencies, within the new system. We're looking for the printing of the new budget. We want something in print so we can see. In the midst of the issues with Iran and the US, things are still moving ahead in Iraq. It may be an uphill battle for al-Sudani and al-Ali al-Ak, but they is still aggressively moving forward. The dinar is finally rising in relation to the dollar. Yes, the dinar is finally slowly rising. It should not be long before Iraq rises to the top of the Middle East and they advance in the rest of the world in global stature. The deputy chairman of the Parliamentary Oil and Gas Committee, Adnan al-Jabri, called on the government today, Thursday, to expedite the referral of the oil and gas law to the Council of Representatives, stressing that its legislation is an essential step to regulate the management of oil wealth and ensure the fair distribution of revenues between the federal government and the producing regions and governorates. Al-Jabri said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency that the legislation of the oil and gas law is a necessary step to regulate the management of oil and gas wealth in Iraq, noting that this law will contribute to guaranteeing the rights of the producing regions and governorates, in addition to developing a clear strategy for investing these resources in the long term. He explained, the law will protect oil wealth from different interpretations, whether in the Kurdistan region or in the producing governorates, and will work to resolve the existing differences between the federal government and the regional government, and control the relationship between the producing governorates and the center. He pointed out that Article 112 of the Iraqi constitution stipulates the necessity of regulating the oil and gas sector through the enactment of a special law, but the lack of a common vision and agreement between the federal government and the Kurdistan region, as well as between the producing provinces and Baghdad, has prevented its approval so far. He stressed the importance of reaching a consensus that guarantees the rights of all parties, calling on the government to refer the law to the Council of Representatives as soon as possible to ensure the fair and equitable regulation of oil revenues. It is noteworthy that the approval of the oil and gas law was delayed for several parliamentary sessions due to political differences that prevented reaching a consensus on it. Representative Ammar al-Fayez confirmed, today, Thursday, that former Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi does not have any chance to return to the political scene, stressing that the accused in the theft of the century case will not be able to run for the upcoming parliamentary elections. Al-Fayez told Al-Maluma, the general amnesty law does not include those involved in the theft of the century case, and they will not be allowed to participate in the upcoming parliamentary elections, stressing that these elections will be pivotal, and the corrupt cannot be allowed to participate in them. He added that the Iraqi people have become more aware in choosing their representatives inside the parliament.